Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gamers Dojo podcast. We are doing our last live stream for the Summer Game Fest E3 stuff. We skipped, I don't know, what, 20? Something like that.
Yeah.
I actually found out there was even more of them than the ones I mentioned yesterday, like random, like
there's
Frost,
no way anybody
like,
covers all that.
Yeah, like Frost Game Show and random other stuff. I'm like, what is this stuff? But in any case, this should hopefully be the biggest one of all of them, honestly, really, because Microsoft owns pretty much...
And the best one.
Microsoft owns half of the AAA industry because they couldn't make anything themselves, so they just decided to buy it because...
Oh, fuck off.
You made this? I made this. Yeah, more or less. You know it's true. Don't give me that bullshit. You know it's true. They couldn't... They
Yeah, it's... You're piling up the bullshit because you know Sony sucked, and this is going to be awesome.
The Sony, I disagree with it. I think the Sony one was pretty good. I wish they would have shown more first-party stuff, but it was still a good show. They still showed us plenty of good stuff.
Shut the fuck up and hit play.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Let's get this show on the road.
The countdown reaches 0. Text appears. U.S. and Canada.
Oh, God.
To mature
Oh, God. Pause it. That's what the auto description is. This is
a fucking idiot.
Bro, I'm telling you, I click on the first one that shows up. The first one that shows up shouldn't be fucking ASL and other stupid crap.
You are fucking cursed.
Apparently I am.
How is this possible?
I'm just trying to figure... Again, I'm trying to figure out how the hell... Or not how, but why they would choose to do some stupid crap like that. Well, even going to their videos, their latest videos, there's not... Trying not to look at anything that they've put up.
Yeah, I think I got it. Oh.
There's a whole bunch of random...
Paste.
All right, I'll just pull that up.
What's the other one at?
Oh, crap, it pulled it up on the wrong browser. Hang on. Go away. Seriously, Opera, shut down. I'm trying to shut my Opera down, and it just will not close. My computer's being dumb.
I tried Opera, like I said. I mean, it's a cool novelty, but Chrome is just... They've got too much money backing, and it just works smooth, clean all the time.
All right. I am at the 5-second mark again. Do you want me to grab my thing, or...
No, we can hit play. Go ahead.
Shit, hold on. Discord's messed up. I gotta make sure I click on you. There we go. Make sure the OBS is good. What the hell happened? There it is. All right. The stream's good, even though we're live and you guys got to witness all that fun stuff. We'll get this figured out one day. Oh, I guess it doesn't help that I didn't do any of this ever on the CoinDrop. It was all Russ, because his computer is significantly better than mine. Anyways, I'm at the 5-second mark again. Are you ready to hit play?
Yep.
All right. Ready, set, go. I'm still calling you a fanboy for Xbox, even though you don't do Xbox anymore.
That's fine.
What the hell's all... Man, we don't need to see all the different ratings. BS. For all of the different countries.
Oh, we're definitely gonna have to fast forward.
Why is that?
Because... go to 3010.
Why? Well, I'm at 30...
Look in the upper right.
I'm at 3037. What are you talking about?
Oh, 3037. Okay.
That's where I'm at right now. Are you playing? Because I paused it. I paused mine. Right.
Yeah, go.
This is the Outer Worlds 2 again, I guess.
But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so.
It's interesting that they're showing a trailer at the very beginning for this, and then at the end they're gonna do like a deep dive direct on it.
This stranger aligned with the
You ever play the first one?
that world computer of theirs.
Yeah.
That could be the key to
It's one I always intended to play, but I never got around to.
So you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or
Yeah, I bought it on the Switch, and it was a bad idea.
Oh yeah, the Switch version looks terrible. Good lord.
I wanted a shooter on the Switch.
out there.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not knocking you for choosing it. Apparently, according to Logan, Opera is built on Chromium, which is what Chrome is built on.
All I know is Chrome has always worked a lot better than Opera.
So, are you talking about the regular Opera or the gaming Opera? Because they actually
Opera
have a
GX.
yeah, okay, so this is GX. Yep. The only problem I have with Opera GX is that it's resource heavy. It uses a ton of RAM. That's really the only problem I have with it. But other than that, I really, really like it. This game looks like it plays like a.
I gave it a decent shot. I really.
I've been
did.
using it. I've been using it for a couple years
I
now.
wanted to like Opera.
But this game looks like it's graphically not, but what I mean to say is gameplay-wise, animation-wise, things of that sort. It looks more like a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 game, but graphically it looks more modern. Not like some of the games we saw the other day where they looked ridiculously realistic. This one's got more of a slightly
okay with this.
stylized look to it. No, I'm not talking bad about it at all. Just that it's got an interesting.
Giving me Fallout 3 vibes.
I think I would liken them closer to New Vegas, considering they made New Vegas.
Our impressions and egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
That's nitpicky. It's the same thing. Fallout 3 in Vegas.
Vegas is easily the best of the more modern Fallout games by a freaking long shot.
World premiere.
World premiere. What is it? What's our first world premiere?
I'm sorry.
This looks right up your alley, BJ. This is perfect.
You know, fix everything. Human's a
What?
I just mean that like it looks ridiculous and cringy. Oh, this is
Oh shit! I was hoping that this was gonna be
they're making a sequel, huh?
the Rick and Morty guys.
The Rick and Morty guys. Or do you think it's a sequel to the other one? Whatever the hell it was called. It was originally an Xbox exclusive, and now it's been released on everything. Yeah, it's definitely a sequel to that game. I can't remember the dang name of it though. I don't care for the humor in Rick and Morty. So I'm not particularly interested in this. High on Life, thank you, Logan. That's what it's called. This is High on Life too. It's got to be.
Yeah, you don't care for the humor in South Park either.
Correct.
You like Family Guy.
Correct.
No, I love this humor. I think it's fucking hilarious.
I mean, great for people that like it.
Pyramid Head.
What you say, Pyramid Head?
I'm mad
Oh
at you a little
shit!
bit.
No, I saw it. I just missed it because I looked it away or something. I don't know.
barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
I'm honestly kind of surprised they're making a sequel. Like, legitimately.
Why, you don't think the other one did well?
I know on Xbox it didn't, as far as sales and stuff are concerned. But, I mean, maybe it did well on PC, PS5, and
World premiere.
Switch. I think it's on Switch.
World premiere.
What is it? What do we got? She looks like that character from the game we saw yesterday. I can't remember what it's called. Was that like fantasy game?
I think this was spoiled for me.
Oh, this is the Plague Tale, Requiem or whatever. Yeah, that's what this one is. I freaking love the Plague Tale games. They're amazing. This one's a side story. It's not a Plague Tale 3. It's based on one of the characters from Plague Tale 2. In my opinion, the first Plague Tale was such a phenomenally underrated game. It was so freaking good. And 2 just made it even better. This one, I don't know if it's a full game because I saw the leaks for it yesterday. This is the only thing that I've seen leaked. Like, I know nothing else of what's coming in this, so I've been doing my best to avoid all internet today. Yep. Yeah, this is definitely the... I think they're calling it like Requiem, a Plague Tale story or something. But yeah, this character's from Plague Tale 2. Did you play the Plague Tale games?
Mm-mm.
I think they're fantastic. They're gut-wrenching story games that are just phenomenally told. Strictly single player, pretty linear as well. Resonance, not Requiem, but Resonance.
Was the Plague Tale the one with the famous scene where she's got a kid and a torch and she's avoiding a bunch of rats?
Yes, that is a Plague Tale. Dramatic electronic music. Oh, we're getting that Xbox handheld. That's what this is. Guaranteed. Yep. Yeah, you can. It's clear now. That's what it is. It's the Xbox handheld, but all it is a ROG Ally with an Xbox stamped onto it. It's now an Xbox. I thought everything was an Xbox, but yeah, it's a ROG Ally with an Xbox button, so you can play Game Pass or whatever on it. There's nothing Xbox about it other than the button that lets you to pull up.
It's got Xbox all over it. Okay.
Yeah, other than the stamps, it's a PC. It's a ROG Ally. It's a ROG Ally. Is all
awesome.
it is. Asus is great. I love their stuff. I think it's a strange choice. I think it's a smart choice financially, because then they don't have to worry about hardware not selling, and the fact that it plays more than just Xbox games, which again makes it a ROG Ally. That's all it is. So this is going to play the PC Game Pass games.
And Steam, probably.
Oh, it's because it's PC, yeah. It'll play Steam and everything else. That's why I said this is just a ROG Ally with an Xbox button that allows you to play Xbox Game Pass games natively. There's nothing...
Fuck it, dude.
There's nothing non-PC about this, and that's why I said it's a really smart investment choice, because then they don't have to worry about wasting all sorts of money on something that might not sell.
Hey, look at that.
Xbox ROG Ally. Or Ally, whatever.
You're actually being fair.
Player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We delivered Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next?
Nope. Cloud gaming was definitely not them first.
More ways to play.
PlayStation beat them to that game. They actually beat them to Game Pass subscription services too, but that's okay.
She didn't say first.
She said she championed it, or that they championed it, or whatever.
The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands.
There was actually rumors like a week ago, something like that, that this was actually like put on ice, because there was obviously rumors that it was coming. But obviously that was wrong. I bet you it was an intentional quote leak to make people look away.
Hollow Knight Silk Song will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
Because it's a PC and everything you make is on PC as well. Duh.
Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox.
Your Sony showing.
No, that's just as Logan says, it's BS. They're treating it like an Xbox. It's not an Xbox. It's a mobile computer. Of course, it's going to be playable on the ROG Ally, because they make all of their games for PC. So like they're trying, like, just like Logan said, they're treating it like it's not an Xbox. It's a computer with an Xbox button.
What's the difference between a console and a fucking computer anyway?
Because computers are open platforms and you can do pretty much anything you want with them, while consoles are closed platforms. They have very specific hardware. You can only make your games for that particular hardware. That's why when games come to PC, they have to be ported. There's a lot of difference, I promise you.
Stipulations you're making there.
Well, I'm telling you, it's the truth. It's how, like, a console is a closed system. There's just...
So is that handheld?
No, it's not. It's PC. It's not a closed system, I promise.
System.
Closed system means that it's made with this, but
we shouldn't argue over the video.
Yeah, you might be
Keep
right.
going. Finish your point.
Can you mod on consoles before was it this generation or last generation? I think it was last generation. Can you mod? Hell, actually, you can't on last generation either. Can you mod natively on the consoles? Intentionally so, with that in mind, without going behind it and
No.
jailbreaking it. Yes, but you're correct. That's what I meant by yes. You're correct. On a PC, there's nothing the developers can do about it because it's an open platform that you can do whatever you want with. Consoles
So
are
could you
made
mod
with.
that console.
I guarantee
that
you can. Yeah,
handheld?
it's a PC. It's built on Windows. So yes, you can mod it. End of story.
Monsters have always been here.
Ooh, I
So
know what this
your
game is.
Criteria is built on Windows.
No, not on Windows. Built on.
God, I would destroy you in this argument. But let's watch.
No, you wouldn't, because you're wrong. If that's the case, if you disagree with me,
We feared for our lives.
this is a factual. It's a factual conversation. It's not an opinion. In any case, this game is made by ex-Witcher developers, and then I think there's some other people behind it as well. It looks fantastic. I can't remember its name at the moment because it's been 7 or 8 months since they announced it, and I don't think they showed gameplay like this, so I'm pretty excited.
Mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead.
It's a little bit more stiff than I was hoping, but basically, this game, in what I understand of it, it's basically The Witcher, but you're a vampire, and
A Dawnwalker,
it looks fantastic. That's what it's called, Dawnwalker something or other.
trapped between the two.
I don't know. I think it looks fantastic. The game it's right up my alley.
Even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
Yeah, Logan's chiming in on this conversation, and the same goes for any ROG Ally. Same goes for the Steam Deck. Same goes for all of that stuff. They're all computers. They're just computers, just in console or handheld format because they've got a quote controller attached to them. There's nothing
But your
different.
whole argument was you were saying it's not a console, so it's a computer in a console format. Which is it?
Did I say it was a console? I thought I said it was a computer. I meant to say it was a computer. I used the wrong words. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ooh, 2026. Nice. I wasn't sure if it was coming out that year. But yeah, no, they're just.
We can put a pin in this, but
Okay. We'll talk about it later. It's
the
fine.
criteria of, I guess, what's moddable, what moddable means, is where we're getting hung up. Windows
Probably.
or not.
Probably, and like I
Yeah.
said, this is a factual conversation that like the stuff we're talking about that looked like Mario. Clearly not. Oh, Meat Boy. Interesting.
God, I love all these shots at Mario, at Nintendo.
Oh, they're giving us
Sonic.
a proper 3D one. Interesting. Okay, this is a Meat Boy I might actually play. I played the first one and I couldn't stick with it for very long because I didn't like the way it looked. But this is like Mario 3D World, but Super Meat Boy. I like it. I like the look. But like you said, there's a whole bunch of shots at old school games in a good way.
I mean, I like the shots in Nintendo specifically.
Not surprised. You still haven't
Have
said
you
it yet,
seen
though,
the
which is a
Meat
little
Boy
weird.
speed runs? Yeah, I'm waiting for a for
Actually-
a more meaningful moment.
I don't think anything that they've shown so far has mentioned Switch, which is kind of interesting. Like Super Meat Boy 3D, like that can play on the Switch. That's kind of weird that it's not. Is that the first time it said day one on Game Pass? That means yeah, this is an Xbox Game Studios game. That's why. Okay. What do they got for us? Koei Tecmo? Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Gaiden 4. Yep. And they announced this early in the year, I think.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission.
Ninja Gaiden 4. Heck
I'm
yeah.
already in.
Oh yeah, it's Ninja Gaiden, broski. Like of course we're in. Ninja Gaiden's the shit. And this is a proper sequel to 3, which released on PlayStation 3, I think. 3 and 360, of course. But this is one that Xbox, Koei Tecmo, and Platinum Games have all managed to keep extremely silent because they announced this earlier this year, and I'm pretty sure it releases this year, like September, October timeframe.
There's something I need your help with.
Dude, blood, guts,
It's
Slash 'em
proper.
up.
It's proper old
hot
school.
chicks, big tits.
Yeah, it's proper old school Ninja Gaiden. The weird thing about this game, when they first showed it off, the Xbox trailer, meaning what I mean by the Xbox trailer, is if you went to the PlayStation channel and looked up a trailer, and then you went to Xbox and looked up exactly the same trailer, the Xbox one was censored. Like, they took all the females out of it, They took away all the cleavage if there was a female in it. Like they removed all of the quote sexual stuff from the trailer, which was really interesting. Considering the game isn't going to lack, the games aren't going to lack those things.
Trailer?
No, it was on the official Xbox channel. And like I said, the official PlayStation channel, it was the same trailer for the most part, but they edited a little bit differently.
It had to be for a certain audience.
Logan, every game they've shown so far, they've announced that it's coming to PlayStation as well. They haven't announced a single one that isn't PlayStation yet. Every single one of them is coming to PlayStation. So far. There's been games that they've announced in the past year and a half or so that when they showed them off, they didn't show them for PlayStation. But so far, nothing
Lucas
today.
and Bethesda.
Have you played this game yet? This game released last year for Xbox and PC. Yeah, this is probably a DLC, is my guess. It originally released on PC and Xbox last year, and it released on PlayStation 5 and like it released on PlayStation.
About this.
Yeah, it released on PlayStation in April, I think it was. And this is a phenomenal game. It's got gorgeous graphics. It's a retelling of the original movie, and it's extremely faithful. It's supposed to be really good.
Enter the city of Antioch.
But this has got to be DLC because the first one did really well. The first one, the only one. They announced this game like 5 years ago or something like that, but when they announced it, they didn't show anything until I think it was about last year sometime. That looks like a Crusader. Order of Giants. I'm surprised you didn't hear about this one because it was a pretty big deal.
I think I forgot about it. I'm starting to remember watching some streamers play it.
September. Is this a sequel or is it a DLC? It doesn't say. Interesting. That might be a sequel, but if it's a sequel, that's really soon. DLC makes more sense to me, but they didn't specify. But the fact that they showed it for PlayStation 5 already means they're not going to wait. They're not going to delay the PlayStation version.
See, this is what a fucking game show should be. No corny fucking hosts. No bullshit fucking puns. Just trailers, world premieres, and...
I mean, the PlayStation one was the same thing, minus one little section in the middle of it. Yeah, I agree with you. It's exactly how it should be. Don't give me all that beat. Oh my god, is this that Rare game that was being made like years ago? That got delayed? It says Eldritch Roar. Game Freak. Wait, Game Freak? This is that Nintendo game, or Game Freak, the Pokemon guys. They announced that they were making something away from Nintendo. This is it. Oh, damn. I wasn't expecting this.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah, it's about damn time they move away from Nintendo. Honestly, I was really surprised that they did that. This looks awesome, though.
Fuck Nintendo.
There it is. Like, this is impressive. Like, this just goes to show you that they're capable of something more than the crap that Pokemon's become. Although, again, like we said a couple, I don't know, months ago, I said that it's not necessarily their fault. Nintendo is 100% kneecapping them on Pokemon. Beast of Reincarnation. Yeah. But still, the fact that this shows that they're capable of so much more, I'm happy with that. I really hope that they just kind of...
We'll see. It looks good.
It looks really good.
I hope they succeed.
That looks fantastic. Next year, too. They're definitely not showing us any BS. No stupid little indies in between. But they're going to. They're not going to hide them, I guarantee it. This is Clockwork something. They showed this game off last year or the year before. They didn't show any real gameplay, so now we get to see what it looks like. This one they originally announced as an exclusive. I'm wondering if it's also PlayStation now. I can't imagine anything's going to be exclusive anymore. Every single game they've released on PlayStation has sold so much better. Yeah, no, we haven't seen this yet. But every single game they've released on PlayStation has sold 2 times, 3 times as much on PlayStation. But that's because you don't have the benefit of Game Pass on it, and there's a whole hell of a lot more PlayStations and Xboxes. Pissed off doll. This looks interesting.
If you exclude PC from that. category.
No, even because PC Game Pass is a thing too, and all their games release on PC Game Pass as well. I mean, every single time
So
any
you're saying people buy more games on PlayStation than have Game Pass? That's your comparison?
No, I didn't say that. I'm not talking about the amount of people that play the game. I'm talking about the amount of people that actually buy the game. So if you look at actual sales, like Doom is a perfect example. Doom Eternal just released. Not Eternal, but The Dark Ages. It sold less than 1 million copies on PC and Xbox combined, but PlayStation sold a lot more than that. Like it's selling like ass, and that's because of Game Pass. And, like, we know that that Game Pass cannibalizes sales. Microsoft themselves have said it, which is why they need to have a certain number, certain threshold of subscribers, because once they pass a certain threshold, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how well it sells because they've got that threshold, so who cares?
So I guess the better comparison would be how much Game Pass plus sales equals to how much Sony makes.
Which is why, well, I'm not worried about the sales. That's why I mentioned on High in Life, I'm surprised that it's getting a sequel, because on Game Pass for PC and Xbox, it basically didn't sell. And it didn't add to the Game Pass subscriber base. But when they released it on PlayStation and
that's a hard
Switch.
criteria to judge against. You're saying if the only way it's a success is if it adds more Game Pass subscribers?
That's how all subscription services work across the board everywhere.
with-
That's why Netflix
our-
is a perfect example. Netflix, when a show releases and it's a phenomenal show and everyone loves it, and they cancel it after 1 or 2 seasons, it's because it didn't add to the subscriber base, and that's exactly how this works. In order for, I mean, you got to remember, they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars sometimes on games. And if they release only on Game Pass and nobody buys it, but also they don't increase the subscriber base, that means they're going to lose money every time. So they have to increase their revenue somehow, which is why releasing them on PlayStation or other places where the only choice you have to play it is to buy it.
Yeah, so that's not a very fair comparison then.
How is it not a fair comparison? I mean, why do you think they bought Activision? So they can give people a reason to get Game Pass.
You're saying that copies sold to Sony is high, and you're not comparing it to the same standard. You're just saying Game Pass didn't raise its subscribers, so therefore
that
bad.
means if it was not therefore bad. If they only released it on Xbox and PC, of course, because they don't skip PC. If they only released it on Xbox and PC, and Game Pass is available on those platforms, and the games release on Game Pass, which all of that is true, and almost nobody buys it because they get it on Game Pass, and they're not increasing the amount of subscribers they have, they're going to lose money. Unless the game increases the amount of subscribers. And so that is the reason they're going third party, is because on PlayStation and Switch, people have no choice but to buy it. And that is how they're going to make their money, until people can subscribe to Game Pass, or until they can pass a certain threshold, which I've heard industry not insiders, but industry like analysts and various other people say that in order for them to basically not break even, but to be profitable with Game Pass, is they need to have somewhere in the vein of 100 to 200 million subscribers, which is a lot. Or what do I mean by a lot? It's like it's a big difference. Like it's a big gap. 100 million gap is a big gap. It's a gigantic gap. So that's why I think it's them saying that, you know, it's in this range. I don't know exactly where, but in any case, right now there's last I heard, was around 35 million subscribers. So they haven't, even with the purchase of Activision, they haven't really gone up. They've been mostly stagnant. I think they've gone up a little bit, but it wasn't like, you know, doubling the amount of subscribers or whatever they had.
You've lost me.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. I tried paying attention.
That's okay. I don't think what Xbox is doing is necessarily bad, other than the fact that I don't like subscription services. I would much rather own my games.
Neither do I.
But
to kind of like argue that, I don't know what you're arguing actually, so never mind.
I'm basically just.
I don't know if you're arguing that Sony's platform is better, therefore more copies are sold.
No. I'm not saying a PlayStation is better. What I'm saying is that in order for Microsoft to make money, they have to sell copies, basically. And on Xbox and PC, they don't sell copies anymore.
Service is good either.
Yeah. They've
Everybody
basically.
I know has only ever done like the first month for $1, and played
over and
a
over
game
and over
that-
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like me, I have never subscribed to Game Pass for longer than a single month at a time when any game comes out that I want to play. I give them $10 or however much.
That's not just Xbox either. I did that for EA.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ubi, I think, has one.
And there's a lot of people that do that, and that basically makes them lose money on their games, which is why they're going third party, because they've lost so much money. Millions, quote, millions of players, you know, I think it was Doom the Dark Ages is a perfect example. It passed the 3 million player count in like a week. That's great, 3 million players. But what if 1.5 million gave them $20 for Game Pass one time and canceled immediately? They're losing money.
Yeah.
So
on behalf of our creative teams,
that is the reason they're going third party or have gone third party at this point.
As you've seen in recent years, more and more
and
characters,
I think
stories, and worlds
I think this is a great discussion to hold for another podcast, because it's leading me into like, why does Netflix work? Why does Hulu work? And why doesn't it work for games? I'd rather watch something than buy it.
Yeah, but games are
There's
way
a
more
philosophy
expensive.
here.
A lot more expensive.
When it comes to growing new
Well, no,
franchises,
not necessarily.
Can be is probably the better way to say it.
no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October.
They'll figure it out.
Logan adds to the conversation saying that if Game Pass launched on PlayStation, the sales would tank there too. 100% accurate.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I fully agree with him. Yeah, which is weird, and it makes me wonder why Sony doesn't allow them to, because it's Sony blocking it. But maybe they're trying to make sure people don't go Game Pass and they go PlayStation Plus on PlayStation. That's my guess.
All right, world premiere.
Another Xbox Studios world premiere, for that matter.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast.
Is this it?
With new flexible
Masters of the Universe game?
action figure can ride anything.
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos
Brook Hollow
descended on the
Park. You
ceremony
recognize Brook Hollow Park's
commemorating
name?
the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the
Oh, is this a
backyard of a
Grounded
deranged
sequel?
scientist.
I think this is the game we were talking about yesterday, called Grounded. I think this is a sequel to Grounded.
Set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion
It is.
erupted.
100%.
Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts
Or DLC.
Grounded is pretty old at this point. DLC would be a little weird, but I mean, you might be right. If I'm not mistaken, Grounded sold really well on PlayStation and Switch. I can't remember if this game came out to Switch. I think it did. I like The Offspring. Yep, it's definitely a sequel. Yeah, an epic new game. Yep. This is one I've always wanted to play. I just never got around to. It looks right up my alley. I'm actually playing a survival game right now that's kind of crazy like this. It's called Towers of Agazba. I don't know if it's PlayStation exclusive, but I know it's there. And it's freaking weird, but it's really enjoyable. I think this is another one that I would enjoy if I got around to it. Oh, dang. July. Next month. Hey, there's a non-PlayStation one. Okay. I was expecting every single game to be PlayStation as well.
The predecessor, ND3500.
That's actually one that, if they were going to announce it for PlayStation, that would have been the one, because it's not like a major franchise. It's not like Halo or Gears or whatever. Halo, Gears, Fable. Ooh, Bloober Team. They make great ones. They're the ones that make the Silent Hill. They made Silent Hill 2. Bloober is one of the best horror game makers. Oh, they announced this game. Chronos? Yeah, there it is. Logan said it right as I did. Chronos. This has got to be Chronos, because they did announce it. They just didn't show it.
Doesn't look like it's multiplayer.
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Bloober makes multiplayer games.
Stealthy. In coordination.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
Such is our calling.
Looks very Dead Space like.
Jiggle physics.
Yeah. I kind of feel like just jiggle physics are like a guaranteed at this point. Uh-oh. What's Bethesda got for us? Didn't say world premiere. Doom DLC already? No. It's Elder Scrolls Online stuff. I fell out of it.
Remember the big PvP battles.
Oh yeah,
where
that
there's
was
a
awesome.
King declared.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And a bunch of players are like on castle walls, and
yep.
me and the boys
Giant
are there
battles.
just
Yeah, it was great.
screaming and yeah.
Is when they changed it to where all content scales to you, so you can play anywhere at any point and play any quest. Didn't matter where in the world it was. So, like as a level 1, I could go to the very quote end of the game and play that content. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I think we might have killed the content year 1 and stopped, never came back.
That's a possibility because they were struggling.
World premiere.
They were struggling at first. Logan jiggle physics are like boobs jiggling and things like that. It's progressed from there to butt cheeks and thighs, but jiggle physics are just realistic fat on characters, more or less. Because it's not just that. There's lots of big bosses and stuff like that that are fat bosses and
Anything
whatnot.
that jiggles.
Yeah, basically. Fat.
Well,
I mean, boobs are fat.
You sacrificed everything for
Plus,
I think they're different.
to save mankind.
I'm pretty sure they are
Cleavage
fat.
isn't-
Love you for that.
Isn't
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
Rice
I'm
is
right.
fat.
I mean, I didn't say cleavage. I said what's inside the boob or ass or whatever. It's fat, and sometimes it's nicer proportions than others. Don't Nod's new game.
all boobs jiggle. Not all jiggly things are boobs.
Correct. Very odd description, or not description, but clarification.
It's true, though.
I mean, you're not wrong. I wonder if this is going to be an episodic game too, because I'm really ready for Don't Nod to get away from it and just make a single game. Stop giving me episodic. I personally don't like it. Their games are good, I just don't like episodic. I'm glad they're still around though, because they were struggling a couple years ago. Like, it looked like they might shut down struggling.
Thomas, wherever you are,
Aphelion?
I'll find you.
Logan added your thing. Not all jiggle though, so that's not true.
Not. What?
Not all boobs jiggle.
I got boobs. You want to see them jiggle?
Ah, jeez. I'm getting tired of seeing that Xbox Play Anywhere. Like, do you have to show it every single time?
Hey, if that's all we have to deal with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Instead of fucking
better than cringe.
Matt Mercer and bullshit.
Yeah, it's definitely better than that.
Having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations. Much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
He says, save that for your Twitch hot tub stream.
I'll save it for my OnlyFans.
There you go. There's a guy at my work that has a hat and it says "Only Dads" on it. Maybe you can join that one. Just pretend you got a kid somewhere.
I'm not a dad.
What the hell are we watching?
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
What are we watching? What is this?
An Xbox-produced renovation game.
No, I don't think this is Xbox. All it said was World Premiere. It didn't say Xbox Game Studios.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only one fan. That's what yours should be.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Don't underestimate me.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of
He has 84 subscribers on his channel.
Because if they find out, they will.
Oh, that's not what I was saying. I have great tits.
I was joking. Actually, that Towers of Agazba I was telling you about, there's a shirtless dude in it, and it's like very like tribal, like ancient tribal type game. And there's a shirtless dude on it, and he's got some big ones. It's like, dang, that guy's got some boobies. I was very surprised, and he's not fat either. I think they just the way they designed him, he was leaning over in the game, and then when he leaned back, they didn't look so bad. They were more like pectorals, but. It was still surprising to see at first. What the hell are we watching? What is this?
I have no idea, brother.
There are no ghosts at the Grand. I see. Well then, that's a game. More Xbox. See, this is so far the only thing they're doing better than PlayStation is that there's more Xbox-made games. But again, they own half the AAA industry, so.
I gotta say, there's more bangers here.
I like the stuff that PlayStation shows, which is the Asian stuff. So this is an Asian type game. This has got to be. You think this is made by the Age of Empires team that they own? Because it sure looks like it. Age of Mythology. They released recently. Maybe this is a new Japanese Age of Mythology DLC or something. It's got to be Age of Mythology. Yep. It is
StarCraft kind of thing?
It's Age of Mythology, which is it's a basically Age of Empires, but myth rather than
RT.
Yeah.
What is that acronym?
You don't know what RTS? You don't know what Age of Empires is?
It sounds familiar.
Okay. They've made them for decades now, but this is like a spin-off.
I've never
like
played it.
A full game spin-off. Age of Mythology released on PlayStation recently, which is why that game is also PlayStation. EVR Studios. Who the hell's that? I don't know who that is. Didn't say world premiere or anything.
Read it.
Sorry. It's only when you realize your actions have the potential to influence the decisions of others, and that someone may very well be trying to influence your own.
Is this
that can
OZ?
truly form your own opinions? I don't think so. Do you truly believe your actions to be yours or yours alone? Maybe you do. Or just wish that you did. You're thinking OD. That's a Kojima game. This isn't Kojima.
No, it's the Sims.
Oh, Inzoi?
Inzoi.
I don't think it's Inzoi. Doesn't look like it to me anyways.
It looked like it in the beginning.
No, I mean, when they went away from the male to the female, and yeah, I was sort of thinking that too. But nope, this is... I think they showed this a while back. I want to say Sony showed this a while back. I could be wrong, but...
See? Jiggle physics.
Yep. What drives you to rage?
No, jiggle physics.
Was your rage your decision? Sure looks action-packed. Someone
That looks good.
is using your rage. Oh, they're like the zombies in 28 Days Later. Ji Zhongli. Ji Zhongtae. Mudang Two Hearts? I don't think so. That was very not stealth. I don't think there was any stealth in that.
Well, he had the visor.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thunderful. Name sounds familiar. They come to our home. Novo. They took everyone. I told you the indies were coming at some point. In the end, Moy and I defeated them. I think it said world premiere, didn't it? This looks like a similar other game. Novo had opened a window to the stars. My heart could not close. And I had a feeling. She had more secrets to tell. In 2026. The Odyssey continues. Oh, okay, so I want to say there was a game, it must have been called Novo, or something along those lines. This is a direct sequel to a different game. I can't remember the title, but Novo might not be it. But, dang, the title escapes me. I'm like, letting all the titles escape me today. For the most part. But it looks like it has a different character this time around. It's a sequel, for sure. Planet of Lana. That's not what I was thinking. Children of the Leaf. It does look interesting, Logan, I have to say. Don't know if I'll ever play it, but it does look interesting. Hey, there's the first Switch symbol that I've seen anyways. And it didn't say 2. More Bethesda presets. So far, the 3 Bethesda... More DLC for their games. Okay. Fallout 76 is another game that like got really good over time.
I heard that.
It got really good. It was a shit show for the first couple of months, probably maybe a year.
I remember.
But it's gotten way better.
From its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds.
You watch the show?
Step up to the bank.
Me and Anna watched the first few episodes of it, like the first 3 or 4 or something like that. And I can't remember if she became uninterested. But probably did, which is the reason I haven't gone back. Because I don't watch TV without her.
Did you play the games?
I played 3. I played a little bit of 4 somewhat recently. And I played New Vegas.
She did?
Her?
Yeah, that's what I asked.
I thought you asked if I did. No, she didn't play them.
Can you smell that?
She hasn't touched a game in way too long, sadly.
you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this.
You should watch the show. It's a great
You
show.
just gotta know
Oh, I know. What we watched, I really enjoyed. I thought she did too, but
is your ticket.
like I said, I think she became uninterested.
Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs.
Have they already let you do this in the game?
Got a green
Unless you're
thumb?
making like a...
Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden.
I'm
And nothing
failing to
breaks
see
the
what's
heart
new.
like a neighborhood cookout.
Ah, community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
I guess it's a... like a Posey DLC?
Base building.
Yeah. I mean, base building was in the game to begin
Really?
with, but whatever. I had another chance, just solo leveling.
Solo leveling?
Oh, no way.
Oh, I called it before it came out on this. Damn. Should have said it sooner.
Is it a fighting game, though? If it's a fighting game, I'm not interested. Doesn't look like a fighting game. Alright, I'm interested.
I can't
Actually-
see them making it accurate to the anime because
4-player co-op. Interesting.
he is so OP in the anime. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're not going to do that. I'm very, very surprised that the first game isn't a fighting game. Because, like, every major anime's first game is always a fighting game. Like, always.
No, I disagree.
Which one isn't?
First game an anime releases is a mobile gacha.
Oh, modern, yeah. But I mean, like, throughout history, it's almost always a fighting game. But if you're including cell phones, then yeah, then they're going to be gachas of some sort. Interesting. It's Xbox exclusive. Huh. Xbox and PC, of course.
World premiere.
That's not going to stay exclusive for long. Probably 6 months to a year. She looks vaguely familiar. I'm wondering if she actually is or not. Is it Power World?
Oh God, please.
I think this is Power World.
It's too weird looking.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
I don't recognize any of these pals.
Maybe this is the Power World dating game.
You should go on Steam and click on the Power World thing and see if, just to verify, it's real.
All right, I'll do that after. You'll have to remind me.
Speaking, I mean, this is just.
This is what?
Power World makes a monster collecting game, fucking kills it. And now look at this. This has to be of like the shift in the monster collecting genre that Power World made.
It's about dang time. We've needed it for so long. I mean, one thing I'll say about this game is graphically it looks a hell of a lot better. Animo. Again, Xbox exclusive. Interesting. But Power World didn't stay exclusive for long. So I imagine that also won't.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say
That guy's getting so old. God, he looks like he belongs in Fallout. He looks bad. Man. Looks like he had a stroke recently or something.
I remember. Do you remember watching his 900? Did you watch that live?
Yes, I do. I did. He was at the X Games. Yep.
It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters.
Now we're
and
getting
more.
old.
You can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
How old do you think he is?
He's got to be in his 50s at this point. Like, he looks terrible.
Like late 50s.
He looks that old. I'm pretty sure when he did the 900, he was actually
56.
kind of older, I think. This was not this one, but Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 collection. Anna was like, buy that for me. I want it now. And I bought it for her. She played it like once or twice, and that was it.
What age did I say?
56, I think you said.
He's 57.
You were close. Nice. I said 50s.
It's one of my superpowers. I'm really good at guessing age and weight.
This song. Man, this was like my favorite song in the
Bam
old...
Margera?
I think so. I played the hell out of this song when I was...
yeah,
Ninja Turtles? Nice. Oh, yeah, I mean, it was like the best song back in the day.
TKY.
I'm really, really hoping they bring back, like, Underground or American Wasteland or something. Like, I really want one of the open world Tony Hawks. Is that Doom guy? What the hell? What a hell of a crossover going on.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine if he bails out or something like that, he just like rips somebody's head off or something? Just gets all angry and throws a grenade and explodes.
The crowd, the pedestrians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive hoofbeats. This isn't Neva.
This is giving me Samurai Jack vibes.
I can see that.
Kingdom 3?
Spiritfarer? Yeah. Isn't that that's the guys behind Journey, I think.
one.
They actually showed a game recently. If I'm thinking the appropriate game. Or the appropriate developer, rather. Another Metroidvania. Always good. This looks a lot like it's a game I played recently. Dang it. Graphically, it looks almost exactly the same. I've got it installed on my Steam Deck. It's like a time travel game, and you can go to the past, present, or future. Is how the mechanics work, so you can play with things and make choices and affect the world around you. Turn-based RPG. Dang it, the name escapes me. It's not that. Definitely not. None of the same characters.
What is he thinking?
Huh?
I asked Logan.
Oh. Oh, I'm sure he's liking the look of this. At Fate's End. So many games skipping Switch. It's very weird.
Awesome.
I'm just like it's the sheer number. It's like 80% of them are skipping, maybe even more than that. Gears of War E-Day. Wait. Gears of War 1? Is that Gears of War 1? That looks like 1 to me. Yep, it is Gears of War 1. They announced Gears of War Collection or whatever. Maybe it was 1. Reloaded. Gears of War Reloaded. That's what it is. And they're bringing it to PlayStation. I was really upset with the first one, with how short it was. That was pretty much it. Really. The shortness of the game was really disappointing. On the hardest difficulty, the first time ever playing it with my cousin, we beat it in like 3.5 hours. It was very frustrating.
You ever watch Gears of War competitions?
No. I've
Like
seen
PvP?
I've seen some like online PvP, and like it just to me looks comically retarded.
Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty crazy.
I mean,
But,
don't
I
get me
mean-
wrong. It takes skill. Like the 100%.
Yeah.
That's skill.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think it just looks stupid.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Fun to watch though.
I've only seen a few small clips. I've never seen like an actual like full competition or anything. But it's kind of interesting for them to show Gears of War Reloaded rather than E-Day. Yeah. Come in, I can't hear you.
I think.
You think you know what this is? Because I sure don't.
No, I was gonna say I think the Game Pass isn't successful compared to Netflix is because you have to download the game.
Ooh,
that's one
Zenless
of the
Zone
main
Zero.
things separating.
It's gotta be Zenless. It looked like Zenless. It would make sense. Every other Miho. Oh, Persona 4. What the hell? What? Zenless did the things, but I mean, I'm not surprised they're doing a Persona 4 remake, especially after Persona 3. Not surprised at all. A lot of people are going to be happy about that one, that's for sure.
The Smugglers League is always there.
That's Smugglers League.
But you won't see us. You won't hear us.
This is Sea of Thieves. It's got to be.
And the only way
I win.
know it.
I mean, in my ears, we said it at the same time.
On mine.
As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns.
Yeah, definitely Sea of Thieves. Is it a DLC? What is it?
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my
It was called At Fate's End. It was a few games back. You role play.
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the
I couldn't get behind Sea of Thieves. I tried playing it, but it's too it's too sandboxy to where it's just, I don't know. I didn't like it. My daughter really likes it, and I bought it so we could play it, and I just didn't enjoy it.
It was
Well,
fun.
Logan's on your side, says you win.
Just do whatever it takes to get the job done.
He says if you hear it at the same time, that means he said it first.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League. You're paying for that.
Smuggler's Tide, Season 17. Day 1 Game Pass. Oh wow, I didn't say that. But the game's on Game Pass, so of course it is.
World premiere.
World fucking premiere. Interesting.
It's
What is it?
a Invincible game.
This is ridiculous.
I don't know what the hell this is.
I recognize his voice.
Good lord, that thing exploded.
You need to watch his fucking anime, Tim.
What is it? Invincible?
Invincible.
Oh, okay. I've heard stuff about it. Yeah, it's definitely Invincible. You're right.
No, Dad, not even close.
It's this American art style anime that's just brutal as fuck.
It looks brutal. It looks like if Dragon
That's
Ball
his
Z,
dad, by the way.
It's like if Dragon Ball Z was just didn't hold anything back as far as brutality goes.
It's exactly what it is, but with this like old Batman Justice League style of art.
Why is he kicking his son's ass?
I'll explain it to you.
Storyline, I guess. He's got friends.
This is kind of spoilery if you plan on watching the show.
I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm...
Wait, is he invincible or is the old guy invincible?
No, he is.
It's a fighting game. Yep, interested. Instantly not interested. Epic Game Store gave away a free Invincible game, and it stars that pink chick. I didn't realize that it was Invincible
Eve.
as in the anime.
Adam Eve.
I guess, yeah. I think that's what it might be called, Adam Eve, or something like that. Atomic Eve or something or other. Yeah. I'm sure people are probably happy about
You
this,
should
but I
at
don't
least
care.
watch the pilot.
Like I said, if I can't watch it with Anna, generally I don't watch it because the limited amount of time that I have, I'll usually spend time playing games instead of watching shows. Monday.
Watch it with her.
She won't watch it. It's way too manly as far as like too much blood and gore and stuff. She's not interested. But Memorial
That's
Day.
great anime.
Memorial Day, I had the day off, and I spent like 7 or 8 hours playing games, and I was like, man, I've been sitting here all day. Maybe I should do something productive. So I think I did something productive for maybe an hour, and then tried to come back to my games. So I'm like, I guess I'll watch a movie instead. So I watched Kong Skull Island, because I hadn't watched it yet. Oh shit, they managed to get it. Wow, it's about time. I was wondering if this was coming to Xbox ever. But it's the first. I mean, I'm not surprised. The game's 3 years old now or something. I think it says also coming to Xbox. Oh shit, 16 as well. Good. These games are phenomenal. I'm glad more people get to beg for them on Game Pass. If these aren't on Game Pass, I guarantee you they're not going to sell for shit. And I only say that because the sheer number of people begging for games to be on Game Pass, and or when games are announced for Xbox, if it's basically they'll say, if it's not on Game Pass, I'm not playing it. It's really sad because people skip really good games because of that. Like 16 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. It's that freaking good. It is easily one of the best Final Fantasies. If you haven't played it yet, please play it. It's so good. Oh damn, they're available today as well. Nice. Didn't say Game Pass though, I don't think. Did it say Game Pass? I guess I'll cloud and just Xbox and Xbox PC or something.
World premiere.
I mean, it's so old that them not launching on Game Pass would be a little weird. World premiere Xbox Game Studios. What do we got? Double Fine. Honestly, I'm okay with action combat, Logan. I do prefer my turn-based, especially with games like Expedition, but I'm okay with active time or just action combat in general. They're fun. The storyline is so freaking good for 16 as well. Double Fine game. Double Fine always makes really weird titles.
How do you have the concept for this video game?
Drugs. Lots and lots of drugs. Everything they've ever been made is guaranteed drug-induced. Like all of them.
Yeah, I can definitely see somebody on shrooms.
Have you seen any
an idea for a video game?
Have you seen any of their other games?
Lighthouse that has like spider legs and walks around. So sick.
I'm telling you, drugs. I mean, people really
bird on it.
People really like Double Fine games. So I mean, they've been around for a while. I think their first game was PS2 gen. It was.
You ever done shrooms?
No. No, I have not.
Me neither.
Keeper. They haven't announced anything major, like super major yet, though.
Like Psychonauts 2 showed how
Psychonauts.
Double Fine
That's
excels at
one of
creating unique
Double
and
Fine's
innovative
big games.
experiences.
and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchise.
Come on, Liza B. What lie are you going to tell me now?
We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation
25 years. Fuck me.
franchises, I'm excited to share
Yeah,
that
old.
players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning.
Halo.
Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox.
I thought everything was an Xbox, Phil. Doesn't that make every player your player?
Our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth.
You can do that on the ROG Ally that exists currently.
That are coming to Xbox
Every
from
single
our
one of them.
partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players
And the
on
Steam
our
Deck. And every other mobile
platform
PC
and
for that
in our
matter.
games than ever. Thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at the
I think this might be the
Otherworlds
end
2
with one more major announcement.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yep, this is it.
But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere.
Damn, I'm good.
Enjoy.
It's pretty obvious. I'm still good. Halo. It's going to be Halo.
World premiere.
They showed it off early. I think it was early in the year. Halo is being made on the Unreal Engine now. Is that Halo? Is that Halo? Yeah, every new Halo from
Yes.
now on, it's going to be Unreal Engine. Yep.
No.
Please, follow me.
I'm still going with Halo.
You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is
Is it?
designed to
It's
save
not Titanfall. I'm still going with Halo. I think they're trying to mislead us.
Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
Cortana? Is that Cortana?
For too long,
Is that Cortana?
we have been bound by outdated
No.
systems
I'm trying to will it into existence. This is Halo.
instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow now.
None of it looks like Halo. I would say this looks more like Titanfall than anything, but
Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology.
what the hell? You killed it.
I have no idea.
I'm still going with Halo, man. Is this Halo? No, that's not space. That. This. What is this? Inception? I watched you die. A horror game now? I'm so confused.
Remnant?
Maybe? Alan Wake? But that's not owned by Xbox.
Fear is a powerful thing. David.
Killed it. Who the hell is that? Do you recognize that person? Menendez.
Devil May.
It's owned by Xbox. It's an Xbox. But did it say Call of? Oh, damn it!
Oh, Call of Duty.
That's frustrating.
7.
Yay! Call of Duty! I guess it makes sense. We're in June. It releases this year. They needed to release it. Or not release it, but announce it sooner rather than later. I'm really surprised they saved Halo for the end. Like, that's kind of disappointing, I'll be honest with you. Even Logan said, what a great opening for such a waste. Alright, this is...
Cool, but
I mean...
It's another Call of Duty.
It's another Call of Duty, yay. Yeah, this is where we're getting into the Outer Worlds. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here for...
I did hear that they have an Outer Worlds tabletop.
Hell, they've announced a lot of different tabletops, like Bloodborne and The Witcher and Final Fantasy and all sorts of crazy stuff. But I'm not going to sit here through another hour of just Outer Worlds, especially because I never played the first one. But I'm kind of disappointed they didn't show E-Day, they didn't show a new Halo, like none of it. Especially because on the Xbox channel, on the Xbox channel, I could have sworn, you guys can see if you're watching the stream, on the video side, I could have sworn I saw a Halo thing. Call of Duty, where did I see it? Final Fantasy. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had. I don't know. I would say their show was probably about as good as the PlayStation one for me, but that's just because the style of games that PlayStation makes. That's really it. I prefer the PlayStation type of games that they showed, because they don't make most of what they showed. I mean, this wasn't. That's not to say anything negative about this show. This was a very good show. Lots of really, really good AAA big titles. Like, yeah, basically, them getting Final Fantasy is really good for them. Yeah, no, I guess I didn't see a Halo. I thought I had, or that, or maybe I was on the home and like a Halo popped up and it was just an old video or something.
Out of the couple we watched, I think this was the best one.
I think it's pretty close between PlayStation and Xbox, only because of they stuck to the AAAs for the most part. Like I said, nothing negative about the Xbox show. It was a very good show. I mean, here I'm going to sift through the games because they've got a trailer for everything on their channel. Gears, don't care about. High on Life, don't care about. Call of Duty, don't care about. Keeper, probably won't play. Final Fantasy, already played. Final Fantasy, already played. Invincible, won't play it. Sea of Thieves, cool. Don't care. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I'm not talking about how good or bad the show was, but for me specifically, of the games I care about, like so far, I'm a third through the trailer or through the thing already on the Xbox channel, and like Persona, that's one I care about. Don't care about Gears again. At Fate's End, Logan, this is the one I was talking about. I think this is the one you'll be interested. Tony Hawk, I'm not going to go back and play it again. Animo, maybe not. Solo Leveling, we'll see. Maybe, possibly. Fallout, don't care. Planet of Lana, don't care. Mudang, Two Hearts, maybe, possibly. There's that funky Asian you said looked like Splinter Cell at the end. Don't care about Age of Mythology. Don't care about There Are No Ghosts of the Grand. Aphelion, maybe, possibly. Don't care about Elder Scrolls. Chronos, that's probably one I'll be looking at. Grounded 2, maybe. Clockwork looked really good. Beast of Reincarnation, heck yeah. Indiana Jones, DLC. Ninja Gaiden 4, definitely. Super Meat Boy, I mean, I like the fact that it looks like an old school Mario game. Lord of the Dawnwalker, yes. Resonance, yes. High in Life, no. Outer Worlds 2, eventually, one of these days. And that's it. So, like, there's literally, like, maybe 3 or 4 games in there that I'm like, hell yeah, I'll play those games.
Nah, you were stoked about it. I think you were stoked more going through that list than you realize.
Okay, well, let me try to be objective then. Resonance, hell yeah, that's the Plague Tale game. Absolutely, 100%, super stoked for it. Dawnwalker, that's another one, and those were early on in the thing. Ninja Gaiden, that was another one. So those are 3 so far, and those were really early. After that, there was the Beast of Reincarnation, which is the Game Freak game. Clockwork looked interesting, but I wasn't super stoked for it. So far, that's what, 4 games. So maybe I was toning it down. Chronos looks good.
Well, yeah. What do you think the broader audience for all these are feeling?
It's kind of hard to say, and I only say that because PlayStation sells better than Xbox, and it always has, literally every single generation. So it's harder to tell.
Yeah, but normal people aren't.
The world globally outsells Xbox and most everyone else.
They're not as hardcore allegiant to a brand. We're a dying breed.
I'm not considered. I'm not considered that, so I can't say you're wrong or that you're right. So maybe.
Yeah, I think people just play and they're excited for whatever.
Logan, they did not show. They did not show E-Day. They showed it. They showed Reloaded, the Gears of War 1 remake. I don't know. Like I said, I have. Oh no, I'm not saying it's bad. I wasn't trying to say that at all. I just think for me, like personally, I think the PlayStation 1 was better only because it had more games that I care about. Again, and I'm not trying to compare the two. If I were to compare the two, it's hard to tell only because PlayStation tends to do better. So historically speaking, I would say PlayStation was better, but this show had more AAAs in it, so it's hard to tell. And like, well, like you just said, Logan just chimed in saying that it is true that most young gamers don't care about brand loyalty or whatever as much as people our age. So that's why I say it's hard. I haven't thought about it too much, so I don't know. And that's why I keep going back to it for me.
Maybe don't have as many games you're interested in, but I think the stoke level of the few you are exceeds the Sony one.
Here, let's go to the PlayStation channel real quick. Let's see, because there's 4 games that I'm pretty excited about from that show. So
for me, there's my stoke level on a few of these Xbox showcase games are way higher.
They announced the Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition. I had no idea. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look through the different channels because PlayStation also showed off a new game called, well, not PlayStation. PlayStation uploaded a trailer called Dead Reset, whatever that is. But let's see. Like I said, let's see if I can find PlayStation's. They're showing everything from the previous shows and whatnot, so I'm gonna have to sift through it.
Yeah. PlayStation's was 2 days ago, so go to those timestamps. 72 hours ago.
I'm going. All right, I'm at the 2 day mark. I don't think these were shown. Was that Summer Games Fest? Yep. That's Summer Game Fest. I'm making sure I'm not on the Summer Game Fest games.
Today, Sunday. We did that on Friday.
I think so. Yeah,
right?
Friday. I'm just trying to make sure that I find the games that were the PlayStation Showcase, not the Summer Game Fest. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have them titled. It's hard to tell. I'm pretty sure Infinitesimals was shown at the Summer Game Fest. That game looks really good. Code Vein was Summer Game Fest, so I'm still scrolling here. Mortal Shell was one of the first ones they showed, so it should be before this. So Logan chimed in. Okay, I'm at the PlayStation Showcase now, so I can pick out the amount of games here shortly. But Logan says that he saw a video clip that shows that the new Xbox ROG Ally actually has a bit of custom Xbox OS code built into it, and less of the bloated Windows 11 base code. So it sounds like it's a modified version of Windows, even though in the trailer they specified that it was with the freedom of Windows. So I mean that would make sense for it to have custom OS, Xbox OS on it. Because it did also specify that the Xbox games were native to that piece of hardware. So it sounds to me like it's a PC, but it's got some Xbox not hardware, but custom OS built into it to make it run better. So like almost like it's a hybrid kind of, but more PC than console. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look more. I don't know. I'd have to look more into it.
You gave me a little ground. Okay, I appreciate it.
Like I said, I don't know. I have to look more into it. Anyways, so the PlayStation show ended with the Marvel fighting game, the one I don't care about. It looks great, but I don't care about. Silent Hill F, that's one that I'm super stoked for. Ghost of Yotai, super stoked for, but the trailer was shit. It was a, hey, we're going to show more next month. But either way, Ghost, super stoked for it.
Oh, that doesn't count.
I think you're probably right. First Light was a really good showing. I don't know if I would say I'm stoked for it. I think it looks really good. But no.
Yeah. It was like half soaked, you know. Little chub.
Yeah. So
not a full chub.
I'd say four for Xbox, and right now I'm at 1 for PlayStation, right? Because of Silent Hill. Sword of the Sea, I'm super stoked for because I absolutely love their games, even though it is kind of an indie title. They showed those weird multiplayer games I don't care about. I was pretty happy with the Thief VR. I remember being happy about that one. So we'll say 3. I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. No, that's 2. It's 2, not 3. Neo 3, that's 3. MGS, it was the first real gameplay showing, but I don't know if I don't know. I'm really happy for it because I haven't had a chance to play it and I really want to play it. So, yes. But
half yes.
Yeah, half yes. Bloodstained, I was really happy with because I absolutely loved Bloodstained, the first one. Suda 51, the one I was able to identify pretty quickly. Pragmata. So, honestly, they're pretty close. I think, again, I still think it leans more towards PlayStation because Pragmata, Romeo, Bloodstained. I think the Hirogami game looks interesting, but I'm not going to call it stoked. The Ninja Gaiden one, I'm pretty happy about. Metal Gear, I'm happy about. Neo, Thief, First Light, etc. Like, I think it's simply, for me, it's just the fact that those games more fit what I'm more interested in. I think it's really all it is. They're pretty close.
As a whole showcase.
I'm scrolling too far here. I think the Marvel game is going to be a gigantic one. I think that's way bigger than Invincible, like significantly. Silent Hill, I think, is probably, I mean, it's a cultural icon at this point. So is James Bond.
Yeah, but you're still cherry picking like the bangers. I think.
Well, that's the point.
The speed and the AAA.
We're trying to talk about what's more popular, right? So.
No, just what's a better showcase?
Oh,
who had a better showing?
Honestly, I think they're really close. I think they're extremely close to each other. Because both of them, a lot of what they showed was on competition, like Final Fantasy Tactics and Ninja Gaiden and Cairn and Mortal Kombat, etc. and so on. Like, those are all on Xbox, while PlayStation or Xbox did the same thing for PlayStation. There's a few of those exclusives, but not many.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the showcase as separate.
Well, here's a good way to do it, I think.
Likes and dislikes.
Views, but we can do likes and dislikes too. How do I?
Yeah, take it all.
PlayStation state of play. Where's the actual PlayStation one? English one has 2.9 million views. I think that one's none of the BS, spoken words or whatever. So I think that might be right. Although IGN has another 500,000. I don't know if you can do that, but. Also, this is a little unfair as of right now, simply because the Xbox One just happened.
So they really want me to donate to this fucking YouTube dislike extension.
Oh,
can you see the YouTube dislikes?
Oh, I forgot they got rid of that. They got rid of that months ago.
I know you need a Chrome extension.
Yeah, stupid. Okay, so again, I don't think it's quite fair, Logan, only because the Xbox show only just happened like 8 hours ago, 8 hours ago, and the PlayStation one was several days. So if we come back to this, say a week from now, then I think that's entirely fair to be like, okay, so this one had this many views and that one had that many views, and these are the likes. And since there's no dislikes without an extension, but he says he says instead of looking at the official channels, look at something like IGN, which is really big. But He agrees we should wait a week. As of right now,
yes, I agree. See what
yeah, we should give them more time.
Streamers,
Yeah.
publications. But
as of right now, IGN has 160,000, while PlayStation had 445,000. Again, it's not fair because there's a couple days on the PlayStation one.
So we'll just call.
Oh wait,
we'll,
that's the Call of Duty.
Call
That's the wrong one. The IGN Xbox showcase, interestingly, has less than the Call of Duty reveal. It is 127,000.
With
while
3
the Call of-
minutes versus
what
hours? The Xbox showcase was.
It was like 2.5
hour,
hours,
40
something
minutes.
like that. Hour and 40 when you don't include the directs. Yeah, he basically says ignore likes and dislikes. Look at the total views like a tie break. Dislikes are trolls so often. He's definitely right. But if you look at
they're not. No, I disagree. Dislikes.
I mean, I don't know.
There's
There's been
a very small percentage of people that dislike a video and don't actually dislike it. On the broader range,
I don't know.
dislike to
I
like
don't know what the
ratio
percentage ratio
shows-
is. I don't know what the amount of people being trolls are, but I do know that they happen, and there are I guess it's probably fair to say outlier cases where people will like
You're talking
review
about people that-
bomb things.
Well, even review bombing, I don't agree is necessarily trolly.
Well, that's why I said there's
somebody
there's outliers. That's why I said there's outliers.
Yeah. Somebody that clicks on a video, dislikes it immediately just because of who made it or the
Those are
company behind it.
small numbers.
I think those are very small. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, as of right now, the Xbox One on IGN is 127,000 people that watched it. The PlayStation is 445. So if we come back next Saturday or whatever and take a look, I think we can probably get an idea of which one's more popular. I mean, hell, we can even go to. Again, they're drastically different styles of games, and that's another reason why I'm saying I don't like. You might have a point. It's possible that what Xbox showed has more broad appeal, but if that's the, I don't know. Like again, I don't know. I haven't thought enough about it. I can't really say one way or another, and I'm not trying to back out of it or cop out or whatever. I'm just saying that's why I keep going back to me personally. I like the PlayStation 1 more because the games are more geared towards what I like. That's it. So that's not to say one's better than the other. That's literally, it's that simple, if you ask me.
Like thing back.
The PlayStation State of Play IGN was that's everything announced. What's the actual IGN? The IGN State of that's June. Yeah, so yeah, that's right. 445,000 views is what currently. Here, how about I do this? I will open up a tab for the PlayStation State of Play, and I will then open up a tab for the Xbox One, and then I can come back to it and see how they've updated, and we can just see what the view counts move to. There's 1.4 thousand likes on the Xbox One, and there are 4.4 thousand likes on the PlayStation One. But again, time. It's a big difference in time, so can't really. Where's my view count though? We have to maximize this.
Okay, I got it. What's the
I don't see view counts on this.
Sony?
Where can you see the view count?
Showcase 2025.
For what, IGN or what?
No, I'm just going to their YouTube.
What are you looking at?
Likes and dislikes.
Oh, do you want me to give you the links for Xbox and PlayStation IGNs?
I think I got PlayStation right here.
All right, if you got PlayStation, I've got Xbox. Let me hand it to you real quick.
I got Xboxes as well.
Never mind. Oddly enough, when you click on the video, it doesn't show you how many views. Unless it's somewhere else, I just can't see it. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Oh, there's the views. Bam. I found it. I do think it's too early. The Xbox One only just happened, so we can't really.
Yeah. But it's fun to speculate.
Yeah, fair enough. As of right now, PlayStation has 3,000 more likes, and it's several days old.
PlayStations?
PlayStation's, yeah. Xbox has 1.4K likes, and PlayStation has 4.4K likes.
Yeah, give me the link to the video.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Sony's showcase.
These are the IGN versions, by the way.
IGN's, okay.
Did you pay for the add-on or whatever?
No,
Okay.
I reinstalled it.
So what do you got?
I'm trying to find their official PlayStation's official showcase on their channel.
I think I can find that for you.
All have clips. I can't find it. I might be able to link to it from IGN, right? No, of course not.
I can find it. I think I had it just a minute ago.
Well, while you're looking for that, Xbox is 1.7 million views.
1.7?
54K. Yeah,
oh, that's on the
1.7
that's on the PlayStation or the Xbox account.
Yeah.
Okay.
54K likes, 5K dislikes.
Okay, I thought we were going
About.
with IGN, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, I want to go to the source.
It don't matter. That's the PlayStation English state of play.
Okay. 2.9 million views, 85K likes, 21K dislikes.
It's a 1-to-4 ratio, roughly.
Yeah, so a little bit more on the like to dislike ratio for Sony.
There more dislikes.
It's been
than
out
likes.
longer.
Yeah.
And probably double the views. So I think Xbox's was better.
I mean, you tend to like those games more than I do, so that again, that's why I kept going back to.
We both have
our
biases.
Again, I don't think it's a bias. I just prefer the type of games that PlayStation showed.
You gotta acknowledge your bias.
But where's the bias in it? They just showed more games than I care about.
Yeah, you care about them.
No, they're most of them.
You grew up.
None of those games were made. Well, not none. Very few of those games were made by PlayStation and exclusive to PlayStation because they're made by PlayStation. There was like 2 of them, something like that. Might have been 3.
Yeah. Okay, no, back up. I'm not talking about your preferences. Yeah. I'm talking about the gaming audience at large, what they'll think.
I go back to I don't know. You might be right. I haven't like analyzed it enough to know if one's going to be more popular than the other. And the only reason I say that is because if you analyze history, PlayStation's more popular. Just end of story. They always have been. But we're looking at this show specifically, and Xbox is in a very different position now than they were, say 2 years ago. So yeah, it easily could be. Yeah, PlayStation has been more popular since forever. They literally have been. Every single time they've been outsold. The Xbox has been outsold by PlayStation. Every time. Without fail. They've been more globally popular since the beginning, and they've never once ever lost it.
Than PC?
I'm talking about PlayStation versus Xbox. Yeah. But again, Xbox is in a very different place now. Again, I haven't really analyzed internally or whatever if something like Xbox's current position would be more globally popular. I think that there's a good chance of that to be the case because of, again, they bought 2 of the biggest publishers that exist. They bought Activision, Blizzard, and they bought Bethesda.
This is
so
a
of course,
crazy
it's going to be more
argument
popular.
to nail down because
it's very difficult. 100%.
You're talking about one console over another. You could argue, or I could argue, that Microsoft as a whole is more popular than Sony as a whole, and then we'd have to define popularity and all this other bullshit. It's kind of a broad argument.
Yeah, it's
and we start looking at stocks and blah 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 blah.
yeah. I mean, if we look at stocks, then Sony, Xbox's stocks is higher, but Sony makes more money. Those numbers get brought out regularly every quarter or something like that, and there's
Yeah, I
always
had this
conversation
argument.
on Twitter about it. PlayStation makes more money than Xbox does, as far as PlayStation, not Sony. PlayStation more than Xbox, and not Microsoft Xbox. So, and it's
Yeah.
I think it was like threefold or something like that. But Microsoft
Yeah,
as a
I've
whole
had-
makes way more than Sony does. So
Yeah, I understand. I've had this exact argument. That's why I know how dumb and complicated it can get with
Mhm.
what's a better phone, Android or
iPhone.
iOS. And it went down that rabbit hole of stocks and model and iOS
and Android.
OSs and
Mhm.
yeah, both. So it's a fun argument to have, but it
Yeah.
gets very broad and diluted.
Yeah, so
But we can definitely have that.
Yeah, for sure. Logan chimes in and says Xbox owns a lot of studios that have been on PlayStation long before Xbox bought them. Xbox 360 and PS3 were almost tied. True, but PlayStation still won out, but barely. Ultimately, and then in the last, he says a quick search shows PS3 won by 3 million. So yeah, like I said, barely. They barely won. And if I'm not mistaken, it took almost for the entire generation for PlayStation. They were playing catch up. Although there was from the beginning of the generation when PlayStation finally joined it, because Xbox was ahead of them by a year, PlayStation outsold Xbox almost every single month. But it was by a small margin, which is why it took them the vast majority of the generation to finally exceed them in sales. And then again, barely. 3 million consoles is almost nothing. They're basically the same. That was, in my opinion, it was still Xbox's best generation. They were doing phenomenally well at that time, and they had everything going for them. And then it was roughly around that time that they lost their CEO. Was it Steve Jobs? I can't remember who owned Microsoft. It's Steve Jobs, right? Or is that Apple?
That's Apple.
Okay, so then the other big one, he stepped down or whatever, and I remember there being like an immediate downgrade in quality for the Xbox magazine, because I was working at Game Crazy at the time, and ever since then, like Xbox has just been struggling. They've made bad decision after bad decision, and that was for a while. Like they had no games. They showed the same games for years at every game, every event, and everything else, and it was just they had nothing. And it was just constantly really disappointing. And there was, good games now and again, but they just kept shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, just look at the Xbox One. It's online only. You can't just flip a switch and then 24 hours later they flip the switch. But anyways, they're in a much better place now. I'm happy where Microsoft is as far as a company goes, and I'm glad they're making games, even if they bought them rather than made them.
God, you're.
it's true. You know it's true.
Well, Sony had a pretty devastating leak of personal info. If you want to start throwing jabs,
are you talking about in 2011?
Yeah. When did the Xbox One come out?
Xbox One. God, I don't know. I think that was the PlayStation 3. That was PlayStation 3 era when that happened. Xbox had similar hacks, but not to the degree that PlayStation did.
I think if you want to have this argument, we need to like brainstorm the best question to argue against instead of a broad, because you could argue Nintendo is one of the best because of their long run back in the day, when it was basically just them for a while, and then all their success and the Game Boy and all that. So
I mean, they also had
crystallize a good question.
So you're right. We'd have to define terms to be very specific. But at the same time, Xbox had a rise, a fail, and then they started to come back. Nintendo did the same thing. They had a rise, and then they failed around the Wii U era ish, and they were doing absolutely terrible for a while. And then the Switch came out, and they totally turned themselves around. PlayStation, the worst they ever did. The Wii U sold like absolute shit. I think it sold like 18 million units, maybe even less.
I'm saying the rise.
Oh, well, I mean the Switch was meteoric. You can't deny it.
Yeah, but you're talking about. I'm like, we're top of the world, jumped down, came back up, and then maybe came back up a little, but never reached that first pinnacle. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think
the
OG Switch is looking at like becoming the second best selling console ever. I think behind PS2. I think it's pretty close to that. But anyways, my point in mentioning that is that PlayStation's the worst drop they ever had was PS3 because they came out pretty arrogant. It was expensive and everything else, but people still wanted it. They still sold really well. And so I don't think they ever had quite that level of drop as far as popularity or global popularity that the other two did. Not that they can't, just that they haven't yet. PS3 was definitely, the beginning anyways, the PS3 was absolutely devastating because they had shit games and they were super arrogant out of the box about being expensive and people are going to buy it because it's PlayStation. But they got walloped because of the price and everything else. The Xbox 360 had been out for a year and it was $200 cheaper, I think. And it was comparable. It wasn't as good because it only did 720p while the PS3 did 1080p. But again, anyways, they pretty quickly turned their fortunes around with that. Logan basically says that he thinks they were about the same because he generally doesn't care about what they showed. And it says, if you look at the lot of games at that time, I think he's talking about the PS3 era, internet was still not that great. There's still a lot of people out there who don't have great internet, and needing to be online or offline is very important. Looking at that time, yeah, 100%. I mean, Xbox was way better than PlayStation when we're talking about online only, or the online service during the PlayStation 3 and 360 era. Xbox dominated. Like, there's no arguing that. There's no arguing it. I mean, that was with the height of Halo. Gears came out, and that was super popular. Forza was some of the best racing games next to Gran Turismo. I still wonder which one's better. The Sims wise. I mean, I don't know. I don't play them, so I don't know. I don't
between
care.
What? Gran Turismo
Gran Turismo
and
Forza, but not Forza Horizon. Because
Gran
Forza
Turismo.
Horizon. I mean, I think you're correct. I think Forza or Gran Turismo sells better, but I know there's been debate back and forth between the people that actually play them. But
if you're talking about Sim,
yeah. So just Forza, not Forza Horizon. Forza, like the Forza Motorsports. Those are the Sim Forzas.
Yeah. Gran Turismo is way more of a Sim and more successful.
Yeah, and they've never moved away from that Sim status or whatever. Anyways, I think my kids and wife are waiting on me, so I probably should jump off. And he actually just said the same thing. It's bedtime for his kids. Thanks, Logan. Have a good night.
Later, dude.
But I think this, if you're still with us, good Lord, appreciate it. But I think this is some of the conversation you guys can look forward to. We're gonna try to have more targeted discussions about very specific things, such as this. Maybe less. What would you call this? Scattered. Try to be more. The discussion we've had, it's been kind of scattered. But my point in saying that is we're going to try to pinpoint the discussion we're going to have. But we've got stuff coming, and it will be less. I don't know, frequent, because this is E3 week, basically, and so of course there's a ridiculous amount of shows. So this isn't going to happen every week. But I do think that we're going to have more cadence.
Pointed conversations.
Yeah, but I also think that it might be a good idea for us to have stuff that's outside of what, say, Coin Drop was when I was there. Instead of just one video every week, we could maybe do, competitions or more, game sessions or discussions about this topic or that topic or whatever it may be. Like if some crazy hot topic thing pops up and we feel like we have the ability to talk about it and stream about it on the spot, let's do it. You know what I mean? Anyways, thank you for watching, and you will see us next time. Hopefully that will be next weekend. Anyways, have a good night, guys.